visiting all sorts of exotic lands and seeing exotic animals. So I thought I'd sort of say a few things that people probably didn't realise about Phil, because I got to sleep with him probably more times than anybody else has. So I got to hear him snore and fart and burp and all those sorts of things.
I can't believe it.
Would you believe he can fall asleep on a plane before it even takes off?
I used to be able to do that. Couldn't do it in a fit now, Nigel.
No, I couldn't do it at all on a plane. It's the last place that I can. But Phillip, no, he'll sit down and 5 minutes later, bang, he's asleep there. There was a time that we were on a ship over in Hammerfest up in the northern hemisphere, searching for the Aurora Borealis there. So we've been out off the ship on a day tour, and we had to use crampons on our feet so we can get some grip on the ice as we walked around the local streets there. Well, we got back to the ship, and here's Phil walking down the wooden deck on the ship, and the captain comes by.
And he's still got his clampons on.
And he's still got his crampons on, marking the beautiful wooden deck.
How did he get himself out of this one?
Yes, well, he apologised and sat down, and we took them off and made sure he didn't have them on ever again. Back in 2023, we were both heading to Japan, which I believe you're heading to shortly. You're going to love it over there.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Here we were at Melbourne Airport. We're checking in our luggage, and all of a sudden the girl said to us, "Have you had your COVID test, your PCR test?" I think it was. And we said, "No, you don't need it for Japan." And she said, "Yes, yeah, you do need it for Japan." I said, No, you don't. But anyway, we went and got a test done. I came back negative, and Phil came back positive.
Oh.
So all of a sudden, it was, "Bye-bye, Phil, I'm going to Japan on my own." And he came back into the studio that next night, I think it was on a Sunday there, and did his show and did a link to me over in Japan. So it was actually quite good for me, because the hotels over there are so small and the beds are right next to each other and there's nowhere to put your luggage. I had a whole spare bed there that I could put all my luggage on.
There you go. These are great memories of our Phillip Brady. I got to know Phillip particularly well on the Gold Coast when he went to the Gold Coast on Radio 97. So he interviewed me several times when I was up there doing clubs like Twin Towns and Seagulls and all those. And then, of course, when I joined 3AW in 1999, we got to know each other even better. And, of course, he filled in on Friday lunch and then the Wednesday night cap and various things, and always gracious, always light-hearted, always knew how to make fun of himself as well as poke fun at others. Fantastic.
No, absolutely. You're right on the mark there, Dennis. There's been many a time when he used to be smoking that he'll be somewhere having a fag, and somebody would walk up to him out of the blue and ask, "Have you got a spare cigarette?" So he would give them one, but he'd always give them a second one as well. So he was always very, very generous. And another thing he used to do was always take about 50 little gifts with him on our trips. Yes, right. He'll go down to the Vic Market.
I'm actually listening to this story about this guy that passed away. I actually knew him.
Aussie caps and even watches.
Oh, yeah, he's an old guy.
Anybody that looked after him or helped him on his journey, he would always reward them with a little gift. And this is something he's done to, I think, just about every person he knows. He gives them gifts, and I'm sure you've had a few gifts.
Yes, I've had a couple.
Randomly.
Yes, indeed. Cut from a different cloth was Phillip Brady. Nigel, we'll talk more after the break. 133-693. I wonder whether listeners have had any encounters with animals that they've needed to get out of their homes. 133-693, or out of their workplaces. 133-693. More with Nigel next.